Today is September 30, 2025. There is a lot to digest today from Quantico, Virginia. Today, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth stood before our highest officers and made an announcement that should chill us all. This was not just another speech. This was not business as usual. This was a declaration. And I'm going to quote him. He said, "The era of the Department of Defense is over. From this moment forward, the only mission of the newly restored Department of War is this: warfighting, preparing for war, preparing to win, unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit." The mission is no longer defense. The mission is no longer security. The mission is no longer protection. The mission is war. And Hegseth pushed harder. Quote, "We fight wars to win, not to defend. War is something you do sparingly on our own terms. We unleash overwhelming and punishing violence on the enemy." Defense is dismissed as weak. Offense is raised up as noble. Violence is praised as cleansing. Violence as policy. Violence as purpose. Violence as pride. This is not new. We have heard this language before. We heard it when President McKinley and his successors justified empire. We heard it when America seized the Philippines and Puerto Rico and Guam. We heard it when Manifest Destiny was used to excuse conquest. Hegseth has dragged us back to that age. And he did not stop there. He announced new rules that will strip people of their dignity. Quote, "Each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS returns to the highest male standard only. If women can make it, fine. If not, too bad. If that means entire jobs are close to them, so be it. So be it. So be it." That was his answer to decades of sacrifice by women. Decades of sacrifice by LGBTQ service members, and generations of people of color who had to fight simply to be recognized as equal. He sneered at what he called Identity Month's DEI offices and dudes in dresses. Those were his words. He told them all, "You do not belong." He told them all, "There is no place for you here." He told them all, "The only standard is manliness, and if you cannot meet it, you are out." Then came his vision for training. Quote, "Basic training is being restored to what it should be: scary, tough, and disciplined. Yes, they can shark attack, they can toss bunks, they can swear, and yes, they can put their hands on recruits." They can put their hands on recruits. So recruits will once again face hazing. Recruits will once again face humiliation. Recruits will once again be broken down by fear instead of lifted up by discipline. And what if someone dares to complain? He already had an answer for that. Quote, "No more frivolous complaints, no more anonymous complaints, no more repeat complainants." Basically, he said, no more voices, no more appeals, no more protection. But the spectacle at Quantico did not belong to Hegseth alone. President Donald Trump himself addressed the flag officers. And what did he expect? He expected what he always expects: applause. He expected cheering. He expected hollering and chanting that echo through his campaign rallies, and he did not get it. The generals and admirals sat in silence. They listened. They did not roar. They did not clap like a crowd at a stadium. They did not behave like an audience at a Trump rally. And he was angry, visibly angry. He wanted the raucous acclaim that crowds now give to Kim Jong-un, where every hand must clap in perfect rhythm, where every cheer must rise like a choreographed wave, where silence is treated as treason. He wanted the orchestrated adoration that followers once gave Adolf Hitler, where crowds in Nuremberg lifted their arms in unison, where the spectacle was as much a weapon as the tanks. That's what he wanted out of today, to use today as a tool to show later on. And he did not get the applause and cheers that he wanted. He wanted the orchestrated frenzy that Mussolini demanded on the Piazza Venezia, when every general, every official, every soldier was required to shout their loyalty or face suspicion. But he did not get it. The officers of the United States military are not his campaign crowd. They are not his stage actors. They are not his applause machine. Their silence was not disrespect. Their silence was dignity. Their silence was discipline. Still, the expectation itself is alarming. That a president of the United States believes he deserves thunderous applause from the very officers sworn to uphold the Constitution is not a small thing. It is a warning sign. Because in every authoritarian regime, from Pyongyang to Moscow to Berlin to Rome, the first demand of the leader is not competence. It is not honesty. It is not results. It is applause. Applause on cue, applause without end, applause without thought. And when applause is not given, punishment follows. When applause is not loud enough, purges begin. When applause is not wholehearted, suspicion takes root. This is the politics of fear, the politics of performance, the politics of dictatorship. Trump expected applause at Quantico, the way he gets it in arenas. He did not receive it. But do not mistake that for the end of the matter. His anger revealed what he wants. He wants loyalty displayed. He wants loyalty performed. He wants loyalty shouted until it drowns out the truth. And that expectation fits perfectly with Hegseth's message. A Department of War that conquers, not defends, a military that bullies, not protects, a leader who demands, cheers, not questions. Together, Trump and Hegseth are painting a picture of what they want America to become. A nation where strength is measured in dominance, where service is measured in submission, where loyalty is measured in noise. We must not mistake this for patriotism. This is not patriotism. This is personality cult. This is not defense. This is destruction. This is not leadership. This is dictatorship in waiting. And in the end, what did this speech accomplish? It did not improve readiness. It did not sharpen strategy. It did not strengthen the armed forces. What it did do was waste millions of dollars to fly flag officers in from around the globe, to house them in hotels, to feed them at government expense, all for 1 hour publicity stunts. 1 hour of bravado, 1 hour of spectacle, 1 hour that ended in silence, not applause. The Secretary of War told us exactly who he is and exactly what he wants. The President showed us exactly what he craves. And the military, by its silence, revealed exactly what is at stake. We must say no. We must say it again and again. No to war for its own sake. No to hazing. No to humiliation. No to military that punishes difference. No to a president who wants applause like a tyrant. No to a Department of War. Because when America turns its back on defense, when America turns its back on inclusion, when America turns its back on dignity, it does not move forward. It moves backward. Backward into empire, backward into arrogance, backward into ruin. And we should not let that happen. Not now, not ever.